Hi, so I'm going to change things up a little bit with my content for at least the next few months. And I wanted to share a bit about why and how and what's changing. So first up, I'm not going anywhere. Like I promise, I'm not just suddenly abandoning my content or my business. I am just needing to make a shift because of a season of life I'm heading into. Not to get too detailed or personal, but some big stuff's coming in life in this part of the year, and I need to clear the decks and simplify things a bit. So as much as I've loved making my kind of content show on YouTube and podcast and blog, when I was looking at things to simplify and things to streamline, sadly enough, this was one of the things that I could let go and make a bit easier. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this show into being just a podcast for this season of life. I don't know how long that's going to be, but I do really, really love creating content this way, and I've loved being able to kind of embody that accessibility value that I really hold dear by having my content available in multiple formats. So I'm really hoping and aiming to get back to the show being on multiple platforms when I have capacity again. But for the next bit, it's going to turn into just podcast episodes for a while. But in the meantime, I did want to kind of hold this space to answer some of the questions that I've been getting about how I put together these videos and how I've kept it pretty low lift for what it is for being a multi-channel show, and kept it pretty simple on the production side. And I say pretty simple because obviously as I transition into a season where it's just a podcast, it's still some work. And I want to be honest and upfront that it still takes work. But I've made it a lot simpler than it could be. So I think that's helpful if you're considering doing something like this, to know there are ways to make this a little less stressful, a little less work. So one of the most impactful ways I think I've gone ahead and kept this simple is I've not tried to make this the overly optimized show I think I could make it. As a kind of strategist brain, it's very easy to get into that over-optimizing thing before you've even started something. And for many years, that idea of knowing how to make a really impactful video and really optimize the SEO and do everything perfectly held me back from even starting in the first place. And I think letting go of it being perfect really helped me just get started. So I thought it would be interesting. I'm going to hop onto another camera now and just show you the workflow I've been going into and what I'll pick up again when I have energy in a different season. So let me hop into that view and I'll be back in a sec. So here is my little filming setup. You'll see it's very fancy. I basically have my screen, and here you can see I put together my slides just in Canva and have those ready. I record everything on Tella. So Tella's a really cool app basically where you can change the format, the layout of the video in the end, and I can actually even come in here and change the size and the layout of all the different things. And then I can also come in here and trim and edit the videos. So I've been editing in Tella directly. It's not the most seamless editing software, but for things like removing silences and filler words, it's been great. Then afterwards I download that and upload it to YouTube, and then I upload the video to Hello Audio, and then I transcribe the video part into blog posts using an AI software. I've tried a few different ones. I will put a link to the one I'm currently using in the description, but in general, that's kind of my process. Some of the big pieces that took a minute to get used to was needing a light. So I work in a corner of my office that's a bit dark. I find it really hard having the light directly in my face, so this has been a pretty good setup being a bit above me. Then I have my microphone, my Blue Yeti. You can see I also prop my computer up on a bunch of my son's toys because it's too low and gives a funny angle. I get myself all set up here. I have my water, I have my fidget toy so that I have something to do with my hands while I'm talking to you. And then essentially I sit myself here and I record a bunch of the videos all at once. So I'll prepare the slides ahead, and then when I'm ready to go, I just pull the slides up into presentation mode, have them ready here. I'll usually see my face on the side with Tella and then record everything. And I try and just go through and record all the different episodes I have prepared all at once. And then my sneaky little hack, so it doesn't look like I'm just sitting down and recording everything all at once, is that I have here on our little sofa next to it a bunch of change of clothes so that I can change my tops between episodes, so it looks like I'm wearing something different each time. But that's essentially how I have my little video set up. It's been very efficient. I would say the part of it that's the most time consuming is the actual recording. Sometimes it's just because I trip up or I'm doing funny things with my face and I need to stop. But overall, it's been really a very simple setup, a very easy way to just get some videos out there and not overcomplicate the process too much. So I hope that was interesting to see how I have my little setup. Again, I'll pop links for Tella and the AI blog generating software thing I'm using in case you're curious as well. So I hope that was interesting, that was helpful. I may end up doing a more detailed training on this in the future, but for now, mostly I just wanted to share how I've been making this work thus far, how I've been putting this together, and to let you know that we are going to change format for a little bit, and I am hoping to be back on the sort of YouTube and blog side later, but for now, in this season of life, this is what I need to do to continue to show up for you, for me, for my business, and respect the boundaries that I need to be able to continue. Okay, I will see you next week only on the podcast. And if you have any questions, if you want to chat through, if you would like me to talk about anything specific for the podcast, definitely let me know. I'm definitely here to make sure that everything I'm creating is as interesting and helpful and actually answering questions you want to know. So let me know. Go ahead and let me know. The best way to contact me is always by email, hello@michelleponfet.com. And otherwise, I will see you, or I will be in your earbuds next week in the podcast.